The Tigers are back home this weekend. The Tiger Basketball Report, presented by the Green Turtles, starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Spiro Morekas with you, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. We are coming to you live from the Green Turtle this week as the Tigers get set to take on the Dukes of James Madison. And Coach, 2 teams that played about a month ago in Harrisonburg, and not one of the better performances by the Tigers this year.
Yeah, we had a big lead at the half. I think it was tied with the under 4-minute timeout.
It was like an 11-1 run to start the second half.
We down, we came back, but we obviously didn't win the ball game. The hope and the belief is that we've improved as a basketball team since then. Saturday's a huge game for both teams. There's no other way to look at it. I think for us, it's can we take care of the ball and then do a good job on their perimeter guys. Banks was really a guard that plays the 4, and Mosley and Lewis, those guys take a human's bunch of shots and shoot a high percentage from 3, so our defense is going to have to be good. I think when we've been good, our defense has carried us, and that's going to need to be the case on Saturday.
You're coming off a road trip where you won a tight one at UNCW where foul shots won you the game, and then on Saturday against Charleston, foul shots kind of lost you the game. But you had to be pleased with the effort that your team gave in both of those games, and especially the defensive performance that you guys had against Charleston, which is a team that can at times be really explosive.
Yeah, I think when our teams have been good, I told the guys we very rarely make any changes. We've went into a lot of games this year with some second and third defensive plans, and we've used them at times. When I think of like the Charleston game and like the Northeastern game, we didn't change anything. So usually when we're good, we don't change. I think the message we're trying to get across to our guys is, we played pretty good basketball last weekend. Now that's got to continue moving forward. Our best basketball still needs to be in front of us. Wilmington, we probably should have won by more. In Charleston, we played well enough to win against a really good team on the road, and a couple things didn't go our way in the last 20 seconds or so of the game. But I like the group. I think their effort's been good. But this would be the time of year that for us to really start playing our best basketball. It's right there in front of us to do so. And
what you're starting to see is your freshmen are really starting to come on. Alan Betran, I think, to me, has really been impressive over the last 3-4 weeks. Solomon Uyelamo also playing really well for you, and you're getting contributions from freshmen that maybe you weren't getting earlier in the year.
Yeah, I think Jakai's playing a lot. He's been pretty stable for us throughout. Solomon was terrific against Charleston. He made a couple of big time post moves against some really good players. And Allen's offensive numbers went up, but he's been really good for us defensively. So yeah, that's exciting. I don't think we're far off from getting back to where we were. We've got to finish, but a big piece of that, to me, is going to be finishing, down the stretch and playing our brand of basketball.
Well, the other thing is you've got 3 home games coming up. Saturday against Madison, then next week against Delaware and Drexel. This is a time where you really need to make a move.
Yeah, we do. There's no excuses. We've played well away from home. You could argue we could be at 7-0 away from home. We've been there every game, and we've got to play better starting Saturday. Hopefully we're going to have people in the building. There's no reason not to. And it should be a hard-fought basketball game.
You look at Madison, you mentioned Stuckey Mosley. He's a guy, he could put 35 up on you.
He's just a really, really good three-point shooter. And he's one of those guys, he kind of like settles you and he shoots it when you think he's not gonna, because he's a little bit further back. And we showed a lot of clips today of do not be surprised by how deep he'll shoot the ball. We did a good job on him up there. We need to do that because like I said, he can go for 30, and he has on certain nights.
You after that road trip, and school has started now, so student athletes, they've got more pressure on because they got classes and everything, but you've had this 5-day-a-week gap for the Madison game. How has that helped you for this week?
I'll tell you Saturday if it has. I still don't think you can pound them every day. Our strength coaches had them for a couple of days this week, and a lot of skill work, and we use Thursday, Friday for heavy, regular, normal practice days and preparation days for James Madison. This group's practiced pretty well all year. I don't think we're going as long as we're used to going, or as long as maybe I'd like to go, but based on where we're at personnel-wise and some injuries or some nagging things, I think we've tried to do a pretty good job of managing it. But like I said, the group's they've worked pretty good, and they've been a good group about coming in on their own to watch film and getting extra shots up, which is important.
The conference standings now, there's that group in the middle. It was a 5-way tie last week. And with the fact with 3 home games, and if you can get these victories, you can make a huge jump in the standings, which is really important come conference championship week.
Yeah, I don't know how much guys understand. You understand as coaches, and kids look at stuff. We just try to get ready. Saturday is the game. We got to play better. We're capable of playing better. We're capable of winning the game. We also owe these guys, and I think if we take care of business, for us, it starts on our ability to defend, rebound, and then have some ball security on offense, really. And that's what we try to focus on.
All right, so the Tigers will take on the Dukes 4 o'clock at CQ Arena. I'll be with you at 3:45 with the pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1300 and TowsonTigers.com. So for the head coach of the happy Patriots fan, Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas.
Six.
What's 6 mean? What's that mean?
How many? 6.
6? Anyway, the Tigers in action on Saturday, 4 o'clock against the Dukes of James Madison. For the head coach of the Tigers, I'm Pat Skerry. I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Tigers.